Something that I was thinking about was most people think that temptation is random, but what if temptation is not random at all? What if the book of James is actually showing us that different battles attack different parts of us? So some battles attack your appetite, some battles attack your ambition, and some battles attack your attitude. And this is why you cannot fight every battle the same way. Because the flesh does not tempt you like the world does not tempt you like the devil, and the devil does not tempt you like the flesh. James gives a framework for understanding these three battlefields: the flesh, the world, and the devil. First, James 1 shows us the battlefield of the flesh, where James says every person is tempted when they are drawn away by their own desire. That means temptation is not just powerful because something exists outside of you. It's powerful when something outside of you matches something inside of you. So the flesh tempts you through appetite. It says, I want to feel something. I want relief. I want pleasure. I want comfort. I want escape. I want this feeling right now. And if that desire is not brought under truth, it can start making decisions for your whole life. So James 1 asks the question, what desire has the power to draw you away? James chapter 4 shows us the battlefield of the world. The world does not just tempt you with pleasure, the world tempts you with validation. It says, be impressive, be accepted, be admired, be approved, be seen as somebody. And this is the temptation of ambition, not just the desire to become something meaningful, but the desire for other people to believe you are something. And this is why the world is so dangerous. It does not always ask you to sin openly. Sometimes it just asks you to build your identity around applause. So James 4 asks the question, whose approval is discipling you? Then James 3 and James 5 shows us the battlefield of the devil. The devil attacks through attitude. So that includes pride, bitterness, accusation, strife, a lying tongue, a proud look, a spirit that wants to exalt itself instead of surrendering to God. And that is why James talks so much about the tongue, wisdom, humility, and how we respond under pressure. Because your words are not just sounds. Your words reveal the spirit influencing your inner world. So James 3 asks the question, what spirit is shaping my attitude? So here's the framework: the flesh attacks the appetite, the world attacks ambition, the devil attacks attitude. And so the flesh says, feel this. The world says, prove this. The devil says, exalt this. And James is teaching us how to locate the battlefield before we try to fight the battle. Because if you misread the battlefield, you will use the wrong weapon. You cannot fight appetite with applause. You cannot fight validation with comfort, and you cannot fight pride without humility. So, in the next video, we're going to just start with the flesh. Because before we talk about the world around you or the devil against you, we have to talk about the desires within you. James 1 shows us that temptation begins when desire starts pulling the soul away from truth. And the question is not just what tempted me. The deeper question is, what is alive in me that gave the temptation power? Because freedom does not begin when temptation disappears. Freedom begins when you can recognize the battlefield and choose truth before desire takes the throne. Titans aren't born, they're forged.